Hello, welcome back to Heretic Tarot. My name is Liz. I will be guiding you on this journey today. This is a reading for the 5-2 Human Design Profile, the Heretic Hermit. If you don't know your Human Design Profile, there is a link in the description for you to get your Human Design Body Graph, and your profile will be listed on there. Definitely be sure to check out your zodiac sign readings. All of those are ready for you. They're up. They're ready. And of course, and as always, I would absolutely love it if you subscribed to my channel if you haven't done so already. But of course, I'm just happy that we're here. I'm happy you're here. I'm happy to be doing this reading. I did not have a plan for the spread, so as you can see, I was just taking some cards that came out. We have the 10 of Swords that came out pretty much reversed. We have the 4 of Cups. We have the 9 of Wands. We have the 2 of Pentacles. I mean, geez, guys, we have the 3 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Strength, yeah. No kidding. 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, 8 of Cups, 3 of Swords at the literally the top and the bottom of the deck are the 3 of Swords. There's 2 versions of the 3 of Swords in this deck. What are the odds? And the other version of the 10 of Swords. Okay. Awakening. 9 of Pentacles. Okay, let's just get into it because we're going to need to come back to the bottom and the effing top of this deck because truly, like the odds of that ever happening, bro, like, wouldn't happen. But that's why tarot is awesome. Like, truly, because there is something to that. And honestly, like before I even started looking at the bottom of the deck and then the top of the deck, I literally kept hearing in my head, like, you are in control of the narrative here. Like, you get to decide what you are perceiving things to be, how you are feeling it, how you are, which I'm not gonna lie, like part of me, like I hate hearing that type of shit. I'm not gonna lie, because it's kind of like, I hate the feeling of being blamed for not feeling a specific way or like not seeing a thing a certain way or not perceiving a situation to be a certain way. Because I'm like, well, how is it my fault that I am perceiving it this way? But I know like that's also like my story, right? Like that's my filter, my ego. And it's like one of those things of like, great, feel and think and perceive exactly how you have been, how you are, but also at the same time allow for there to be space for another perspective. Because truly, like, I think that's more so what is important is, first of all, definitely feel your feelings, think your thoughts, right? But leave a door open, leave a window cracked, right? Like, I mean, just allow there to be a rebuttal or like I don't know, the other side of the coin. So let's just get into the reading. So 10 of Swords. Swords have to do with our mind. Not to mention, every single element is out here. Swords, Cups, Wands, Pentacles. So, I mean, like, we're literally touching on, like, everything here. Swords have to do with our mind. Again, our perceptions, truth, honesty, our belief systems, logic, intelligence, intellect. Also, too, like, how are we communicating those things? And for me, I do see Swords as being the suit of ego, because that's generally where we hear our ego, is in our minds. And our egos are created by the stories that we attach to experiences, to feelings, And it becomes, the reasons why we do things. It becomes our personality, our temperament. Again, that's where our belief systems come from. All of that can be changed with truth, though. That's literally the only thing that can affect anybody's ego is injecting truth, because a lot of the shit that that has developed our ego, that has created the filter that our experiences go through, a lot of that shit is not even true. We accepted it as truth at one point in our lives because of how we were feeling, the situation that we were going through, the lack of information that we had most times. It could even be the person that was involved and who they were to us or not, right? But I do think that, like, as part of the healing journey, and this, for me personally, I had to like sit with those things, the beliefs that I had when I felt triggered, when I felt literally any kind of way. I'm like, why am I even feeling this? Why am I acting this way? Why am I reacting, proacting, whatever, in a way that I am, and it's like following that breadcrumb trail, or digging down into the root of things, and like, where did that belief even come from? Was it mine? Right? Like, is it a truth that I came up with? Was it something that somebody else placed on me and I accepted it as my truth at the time? Is it true for me now? And more importantly, do I want it to be true for me going forward? Tens are completions too. In this specific 10 of Swords, it talks about wisdom. We have this older figure here. We have this owl. Owls are about wisdom. Even, just the depiction of this older man here. I do want to read from the book, since we're talking about like both of the 10 of Wands, or 10 of Swords. It represents a realization and completion of mental progression going full circle. However, in this case, it is viewed in a positive manner, as an increase in mental power and knowledge is opposed to a loss. Wait, I'm like, however, in this case, it is viewed in a positive manner, as an increase in mental power and knowledge, as opposed to a loss of mental power and depletion. It's all about mastering the element of swords, air and mind, and learning from all that you've experienced. There is a reason why we look up to our elders for wisdom and guidance. They have seen more moons and suns, and if they have walked wisely, they are further along on the path of life. The owl is an ancient symbol of wisdom. It lock stares with the old sage, the years clearly etched within his features, for they are the many paths his soul has taken and represent the footprints of time. The man is a figure full of thoughtfulness and intelligence, and he meets the gaze of his totem equal in spirit and wisdom. Mm-hmm. Right, but it did come out like kind of a little... it feels like it's working its way around here to me, but it is still more reversed than it is upright. So I do think that this is something that you are like working through mentally, like truly learning to like trust yourself, truly learning the truth of things, maybe even too like being very intentional with truth. And it's interesting, on the bottom of the deck, this depiction of the Three of Swords is kind of it's the alternative or alternate vision or representation of the Three of Swords, and it's, there's this book that's open, there's these words that are flying off and going into this person's head. So again, usually the Three of Swords talks about disappointment, rejection, betrayal. But with it being swords, it's how those stories, how those experiences have lived in our minds. What stories have we attached to those things? So, you could really be, again, just on this major self-discovery thing of like, truly, what makes me tick? Like, right? Like, what have I learned along the way? And two, like with the 5-2 profile, like you are the one that has to motivate yourself. I mean, regardless of what your type is, like, you have to be the one to get yourself going. Like if you are looking for outside, if you have been looking for outside motivators, that could be why you're feeling just blah or meh, because literally most of these cards are the Four of Cups is like, just really haven't been, like, I'm kind of bored. I'm kind of lacking purpose, like just not really all that excited with what has been like presented to me. We can see this figure sitting on the tree stump here. There's 3 cups down here. There's one that's being offered and they're just like not even interested. At the same time though, like if you need rest, like it could also be burnout. It could be, again, like the motivation is just, it's coming from sources that are depleting you. Because even still, right, like being self-motivated, even still, you have to be discerning on what things you do put your energy into and when you don't. Like it's also even too with the hermit line, making sure that you are getting enough downtime, like that you are making sure that you're balancing peopling and no peopling. It doesn't even necessarily have to be people, of course, but like work, creativity, again, even motivation. And part of me is saying that because we do have the nine of wands here, and that is the wounded warrior. I mean, look at, they're all beat up here and literally hanging on by a thread. The whole message with the 9 of wands is that sure, you're beat up, but you're not out. You're not down for the count, right? Like the message is to take the rest that you need, but don't give up either. This is, it's like putting yourself back together, healing, but knowing too that there's still work to be done. And also it's like you would want to, is the feeling that I'm getting. Maybe what you have been pouring your energy in, and again, I don't know if I said this, but what you have been pouring your energy into just hasn't been giving you what you have wanted out of it. And it's just kind of like the cups keep coming and you're just like, I just feel like I'm like lining them up on the floor at this point. Like I don't feel like it feels mechanic almost. Like I'm getting an image in my head of like working in a manufacturing warehouse or something where like have you ever watched those videos? Like those are kind of my calming videos sometimes, but where it's just like there's the belt that has like the stuff on it and you're just like there's the people there that are just checking to make sure that everything is fine. Like it's very mechanic. There's no thought process. There's no, emotion going into it. It's literally just like repetition. And that is exhausting though, right? Like, because again, if we are putting any type of energy into things that don't light us up, that we're not passionate about, that have no creativity, then it does tend to suck the lives out of us. And then at that point, it gets hard to even feel motivated to even try to find something outside of like the humdrum, because we have the Two of Pentacles here, which is like, to me, it's like the adulting card. It's about responsibilities and literally just the endless loop that, you know, trying to balance your money, balance your time, balance your energy, right? Like making sure that you make enough money to pay the bills, and you know, that you get enough sleep so that you are properly rested the next day, right? It's like this kind of teeter-totter kind of thing, like almost like, I don't want to go like so far as butterfly effect, but like cause and effect, I guess, too, because, you know, getting enough sleep causes me, or has that effect, or not getting enough sleep, you know, would make me feel tired in the morning, or, you know, not making X amount of money is going to stress me out, or, right? So it's interesting that even the Two of Pentacles is out here too. That's anything having to do with our money, what we place worth in, our time, our energy, our physical bodies also. So this could be trying to keep a lot of irons in the fire, or trying to keep a lot of plates spinning at the same time. And it is exhausting. Strength card, Four of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Eight of Cups. I think there is just a lot of information like that it's almost like accepting something about yourself here. You know, the Strength card is Leo. But again, like being in this Four of Cups energy, it almost, it does take a certain amount of strength and resolve and determination to stay in this Four of Cups energy, or in a situation that is just, it's not emotionally fulfilling. It doesn't have purpose, right? There could be a reason, like this lion I keep looking at. Okay, what did I just say? I keep looking at this lion. There could be a sense of like obligation or something, like, you know, if this was an authority figure around you, maybe that's the goal. I don't know. It's like, if you just stick it out, you know, if you just got through, you know, like you stayed bored, you stayed, you know, feeling blah about it. Like like you feel like there's something that's going to come out of it. The Nine of Wands with the Four of Pentacles. This feels like scarcity, like keeping yourself there out of fear. Maybe it does have to do with money. I mean, you know, we can see this figure. He's sitting on a couple coins. He's got two coins under his feet. He's holding two other coins. Like, this is a card of lack. It's like how the Five of Pentacles even comes about, because there is this fear that you don't have enough, that you're not going to have enough, that what you have now isn't sufficient, right? So you start like kind of squirreling away your pennies. You start, you know, it's just, again, it's the energy surrounding it. It's the mindset surrounding it. Like, you know, I have to stash money away to the point where I'm like depriving myself of, you know, a course that would maybe help me, or a certification that would maybe help me, or putting time and attention into moving into a space or a job or whatever relationship that does give me what I am giving it. And again, you know, like this Nine of Wands is beat to hell. This Four of Pentacles will not help that. Like, you know, maybe even worrying that you're not going to be able to find something that pays you as much money, or, you know, being in a space where you have that sense of security and stability too. But again, I said it at the beginning, right? It's like you are the one who gets to decide. And if you are, because right, like, I mean, I'm just reading the cards as you know, it's being shown to me. Um if you are, you know, like in this mindset, just, you know, on that hamster wheel, there is so much to be learned there. Because like I was saying at the beginning, or somewhere, I think at some point, um feel your feelings, think your thoughts, but also be aware of them, because where is that coming from? If there's a limiting belief, if there's imposter syndrome, if there's, you know, the scarcity mindset, if there is a single thought that you can't find something better, whatever it is, where is that coming from? And like I said, right, like leave space for there to be a different perspective to creep in. You don't even have to create it yourself. It'll show up. I shit you not. It will show up if you leave, like I said, leave a door cracked, leave a window cracked. That different perspective will show up every time. The Seven of Wands on top of the Two of Pentacles, that definitely feels like adulting. To me, like, you know, the Seven of Wands is about like having to defend yourself, you know, kind of fight back these other things. I mean, this could also even be you preventing yourself from taking action towards something. Like, you know, maybe like I said, with the irons and the fire, maybe they've been in there long enough, and literally, like, you're just not taking them out and doing anything with them because whatever the reason. And then, like I said, we have the Three of Swords at the bottom, or the top of the deck. The other depiction of the Ten of Swords, Judgment, Nine of Pentacles. This is the traditional depiction of the Three of Swords. This one to me specifically in this deck feels like shaking something loose, because she's literally releasing a part of her, which I feel like is a little bit of like what we've been talking about. This depiction of the Ten of Swords, again, tens are completion. It's like, you know, you have considered all things that there is to consider, and now those things are holding you back. So we have, you know, this figure, we have this guy on the ground here with 9 swords in his back. This guy is carrying one more. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah. So it's interesting that, like I was saying, you know, this lion to me was feeling like it was a person. And it could even be somebody's expectations of you. Somebody, you know, an authority figure, a friend, a partner, you know, whatever. And literally in this Ten of Swords, this guy, I mean, is he going to put the other person out of their misery? Okay. The traditional version. In the Rider-Waite Tarot, the figure depicted is shown stabbed in the back, lying upon the earth. I felt there should be room for a different ending to the tale of the Ten of Swords. See? Like, that's, you know, even what we were talking about, like, just leaving there room for a different interpretation of things. In my point of view, the Ten of Swords is the ending of a mental cycle. However, it doesn't necessarily mean an ending that culminates with death of the mind. Rather, it is the death of a particular period or state of mind. For this reason, in the Tarot of the Abyss, the man stabbed in the back attempts to raise himself from the path. He reaches out his hand pleadingly. Who is this figure? Has he come to aid the man? Or is he the enemy, guilty of placing him in his current circumstance? The Ten of Swords is not an easy card to receive. It has a number of interpretations that can come more clearly determined based on the cards surrounding it. Illness or being stabbed in the back by a loved one or friend are some of the possible interpretations of this card. It indicates that an ending of some sort, one that has been forced upon you and that you're not particularly happy about. Whether it's an illness that you are battling or some other unhappy circumstance, it is presently impacting your life significantly. You may feel that you have little to say in the matter, but unlike the death card in the major arcana, where changes are almost karmic, the change indicated in the Ten of Swords is forged with mental, not physical pain. You may feel like you've hit rock bottom. In such a situation, it's easy to get disheartened but if you take a step back, you may realize that your negative attitude is aggravating the situation. Lastly, this card has multiple possible interpretations. Oh, as this card has multiple possible interpretations, I suggest that you consider its position and placement within the reading. Yeah. And in this specific reading, it's with the Four of Cups, the Strength card. So literally, I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it. Like, however you are perceiving the situation with the Four of Cups, whatever the Four of Cups is for you, and whatever situation you have been keeping yourself in, as much as it sucks, you do have the power to end it. The Awakening card is the Judgment card. Like, they're literally shedding their skin. They've grown wings. Anytime I think of, anything that sheds their skin, I think about growth and repairing injury. Like the two reasons why something would shed their skin. Transformation, right? Like through this whole situation, transformation is possible. And then over here, Nine of Pentacles, like literally the financial independence card, the being stable, not to my fuck. Okay, I know this is getting long, but look at the, okay, so in the Three of Swords, they're letting go of this bird. Bro, look, they're holding the bird. Oh my God. I hope that I did this reading any justice at all, because you guys like are going through this major like change here. And it's truly like, what's the Sugarland has a song called Settling. And one of the verses in it is, she changed her mind, she changed her life. That's literally how this feels. The Eight of Cups, Nine of Swords, the High Priestess. That was at the bottom of the deck. I kind of kept them to the side. The Eight of Cups is literally making the decision to walk away from what has no longer been serving you. More importantly, though, they're walking towards the Nine of Cups. I know it's not out here, but the Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. But first, it's like you have to make that decision to leave behind what's no longer serving you, not even be interested in whatever is even in this fourth cup. I mean, they're pouring out the eighth cup here, not even interested in it. The Nine of Swords, sure, it's going to be like, it's like fighting yourself. But again, there's so much to be found in those stories. Brene Brown calls them gremlins. What are the stories that are coming up? Write them down. So like, instead of like trying to decipher them in your head, write them down on paper so you can see them outside of yourself and be like, what? Like, where did that belief come from? Why do I even have that story? Is it true? I can fucking guarantee you 9 times out of 10, it is not true. And once you determine that it's not true, anytime that same story comes up, and it will, anytime that same story comes up, you'll be able to just be like, that one's not true. Next. And it continues to lose its juju, like it's hold on you or whatever. And you keep doing that. It's not, unfortunately, like a one and done. And sometimes they get really effing loud. And you have to like sit down and be like, okay, can we all just like calm down for a second? Or is it me and the voices in my head? The high priestess, like this feels like to me, being like exactly where you should be in this journey. There's this doorway here, which, like I said, leave a door cracked, leave a window cracked. Yin and yang with the, just balancing the darker and lighter energies. This is also like being connected to your star player, intuition, really listening to yourself, listening to all the things that come up. Fuck, this was beautiful. Thank you so much for allowing me to go on this journey with you and pull some cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.